right, here we are on the 138 eastbound coming away from Interstate 15. It would normally take 15 minutes to get from the freeway to... All right, this guy's letting me pass. To the Miller Canyon cutoff or offloading. I'm coming up right now on Silverwood Lake, but it takes about 15 minutes unless you're trapped behind. Yeah, here's Silverwood Lake right here. It's about 7 a.m. Keep going past Silverwood Lake cutoff to the Miller Canyon turn. But it would take about 15 minutes, but I got stuck behind this big rig going about 20. So it'll cost me 5 minutes, no big deal. But here we are, almost there, Miller Canyon.
Miller Canyon has to be one of the best riding spots in Southern California. Located off Highway 138, it has everything from technical to easy riding. The staging area has plenty of room, including a couple picnic tables and vaulted toilets. You will need a parking pass or risk getting a parking citation. So yeah, you are going to need to get a parking pass, or they call it an adventure pass, either a day pass, good for 1 day and it's $5, or a yearly pass and it's good from the day you buy it. It's good from the first day you use it, and they're good for $30. So if you're going to be out here more than at least 6 times, it's going to pay for itself. If you're going to go visit any of these Angeles National Forest, Cleveland, Los Padres, San Bernardino Forest, you might consider picking up the yearly pass. Since I bought this one, this is going to be my 4th time using it, and you have to display it on your rear view. So at the 76 Circle K Del Taco, located on Highway 138 on the west side of Interstate 15, you could only buy a day pass for $5, which is convenient, especially if you're going to gas up and get some snacks at the same time. Now on the east side of Interstate 15, McDonald's is always a popular rendezvous point, and obviously you could get some breakfast while you're there. And their restrooms are normally available and a cleaner alternative to the vaulted outhouses. They have a large parking lot and ample street parking if you're pulling a larger rig. But let's get back to Miller Canyon. Now, Miller Canyon only has a couple premier parking spots, if you want to call them that, next to picnic tables, which is super nice if you're bringing out a rig to stay a night or two. This is not designated as an official campground, but a couple of my friends have camped out here with their rigs and were not bothered by any rangers. Now, depending where you're coming from, and if camping is not an option, back behind the 76 gas station, there is what seems to be a nice hotel to stay in at a reasonable price. I'll leave a link in the description. Now, let's motor.
Once you hit the hills, if you ride back west towards the 15 freeway, back towards Silverwood Lake, you'll find some beautiful overlooks of the lake. If you keep going west, hitting some downhills, you might even find yourself beached on a private alcove right on the banks of Silverwood Lake. Depending on your size group, I wouldn't recommend staying too long as the lake is patrolled by the forest rangers on boat and vehicles. And I definitely would not recommend riding your bike, quad, or side-by-side into the lake, attracting unwanted attention. Always remember to tread lightly and respect nature. If you head east away from Miller Canyon, away from the 15 freeway, you'll find yourself climbing an elevation, ending up in forest, beautiful woodsy riding. Depending on what time of year you go, you'll be riding through brooks and may even find yourself taking an unwanted shower or bath. Most of the trails at Miller are marked to give you an idea of what to expect ahead. Here's an example of some of the more technical terrain you'll encounter. I believe they call this spot or hill climb the waterfall. Of course, the camera does not pick up how steep and how high this section is. After some effort, this time the group all made it. In fact, we rode into a little town called Cedar Glen for some chow and refreshing drinks. Cedar Glen is actually a suburb of Lake Arrowhead, if you could call it that. Only one bike here was actually street legal, so if you ride into town, as always, ride at your own risk.
Okay, so I'm not even 6 miles up the hill from the Miller Canyon staging area. And, I mean, as you can see, the snow's getting pretty thick. Quite a few, possibly 4x or side-by-sides have been through here. You gotta consider, going down is one thing, but turning around and trying to make it back up is another. You could get down here and the snow could start getting so thick, you try and come around with your bike to get up these hills, it's almost impossible. You're just on ice and slush and snow and your back tire's spinning and you're not getting anywhere or any traction. So I probably can't get much further. My way towards Arrowhead, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm probably gonna have to stick to the ridge routes back the other way towards the desert, towards Silverwood Lake. But this is how it looks, Miller Canyon, on November 11th, Veterans Day 2020. Quarantine, a solo quarantine ride.
Well, everybody, I hope you digged this Miller Canyon tribute, and I hope it answered a few questions you might have had. It's a beautiful place to ride that the entire family can enjoy, no matter what they ride, 2 wheels or 4. Wildlife is plentiful, so always be on the lookout. Stay alert for hikers and mountain bikers as well on the outskirts of town who also come out to enjoy the area. Oh yeah, and one last note. In the event that the worst should happen, Mountain Community Hospital in Lake Arrowhead is the closest emergency room. Unfortunately, I've been there one too many times. Keep ripping, and I hope to see you on the trails.